G'day guys and gals. Alright, day 1 and 2, Shangshu trials. So the daily is anti-mobility 3. 1 2-pointer, we're going with Glaze 2, and all the 1-pointers will round out our 8. Alright, Beanstalk and Myrtle are our 2 vanguards, both with skill 1. Frostleaf with skill 2, because attack speed is helpful. Irene, you can use skill 1 or skill 2, it doesn't really matter. Both do the same thing at the end of the day. But they just do it in different ways. Ethan, you want this dot, so we're going with skill 1. For male, skill 2. If you've got blue poison, use her instead because she is amazing for this with her dot, and she also hits an extra target. A Chaincaster helps us out a bunch, so putting with skill 2. If you've got Justice Knight, bring him along, there's no harm in doing so. Jay with skill 1. We're basically just using Jay as a second fast redeployer, but Jay also does a lot of damage, so that's helpful. Shiryuki, skill 2. A fast redeployer, so I've got Grabble. Preferably you could probably use Project Red with skill 2. Last but not least, we're going to find ourselves an Angelina with skill 3 and grab her. You need to get 5 support units through the duration of the contracts just to get all your medals, so make sure you just bring along 5. Helps out. So guys, gals, if this does help you out, please leave a sub, helps me out a bunch. And we're on the clock pretty early off in this one, so we're going to throw Myrtle in there pretty early. And then we're going to go for Beanstalk, so Beanstalk as soon as we can, and her crab there. So we're just going to wait on Myrtle's skill because we want to get rid of those. Use Myrtle's skill, pop in for male just here. DD Justice Knight right here. Because that's going to help us out a bunch. Frostleaf right here. So as you can see, it's a little bit, but it's broken up. That's something. Angelina here. And what we're going to do is we are basically just going to wait until the next enemy comes out of the top lane, and then we're going to use the male skill. So as you can see, Justice Knight is literally hit things twice and we'll work it out. So that's what sorts out that. If you need to use a fast redeploy, you find they're leaking through, just do it. It's not going to hurt you in the long run. For male's skill to catch all these enemies that are going to start coming through at once. Shiryuki here facing up. And last but not least, we are going to throw down Ethan just here. So we want to try and maximize Ethan's area of attack. Last but not least, we are actually just going to put our fast redeploy here just to make sure that all of these enemies go down, because that smoke cloud does tend to cause quite a few issues. So what we'll do is we'll use that skill and then pull Beanstalk out, place Irene facing down over here, throw Myrtle skill down, putting over here, and there we go, Myrtle out. So you'll find that the more damage you can get on things, by the time they get to Ethan, the better it's going to be. Once again, we're going to use our fast redeploy here because sometimes things can leak through this corner block. I don't know how it happens or why it happens, but it does. So we basically want to make sure that everything is as sorted as it can be. Fast redeploy out. Stick to your fast redeploys because we're going to need J. So this last enemy here at 20, who has just got stuck in a very awkward spot, is going to start off our next phase, which is this blue flower. So don't worry if he hits somebody one time, but what we're going to do is just use everybody's skill after we've dropped Jay in. Jay will die. It is what it is. It's not something we're terribly fussed about. And then we're just going to use Angelina's skill here to make sure that everything is okie dokie. The male skill as well, because we want to make sure that all these biteys go away. Biteys are not fun. And these biteys from this top left-hand lane will actually bite through that roadblock, and it's not fun. So fast redeploy here to try and help out with that. Alright, 36 is the next phase, which is this boyo. We're going to use everybody's skill again because, well, everybody who's ready, I should say. Don't worry about Vermals yet, if it's not ready like mine wasn't, because we just want to wait for the next lot of enemies to come out. So, going to do a bit of a preemptive there. And what I'm going to do is use Angelina's skill. This guy's going to get through this roadblock. It's very rare that I've ever been able to entirely stop him from doing so, so just what it is, unfortunately. Without going absolutely ham on him, but that is not important. What is important is that he is taken down up the back here. So from there, we'll take our fast redeploy out. So pudding, as you can see, is just bouncing stuff everywhere, which is great. That's what we want. We'll use Vermal's skill to start working these little sword dagger thingies out. And last but not least, we have the last of our dragons. So again, wait until it's in Irene's range. Drop in Jay and then rip it to pieces. Doesn't matter if Jay dies, he probably will anyway, but just leave Jay in to get as many hits on that enemy as you can. Obviously it's out of my range now, so I'll yank Jay out. Obviously, it going through roadblocks, not ideal, and that's why I say you want to get them out as quickly as possible. Pop down a fast redeploy here to stop your Shirayuki from getting poleaxed. Skills all around. And there goes our fast redeploy, but that's it, mission accomplished. So remember, you're pretty safe to get 2 hits on by the blue flower or whatever they're called, but the little dragons. But 2 is all you can get on an enemy, on one of your operators before it'll put the dot on. The dot is bad, so don't let that happen. So 2 hits maximum, and then drop either your fast redeploy or J and go for gold. Hope that helps, guys.